Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra Bazak. Uh, it's been quite a thing, the research, quick research today, just a moment ago. So please bear with me. My energy is kind of drained at the moment. So this is about confusing miscellaneous Quran ayats, where you couldn't even perhaps make you believe that there's only one God and there's nothing like this one God or something, the creator. So no one is like him, things like that. So, but let's see if it falls for polytheism. I think it is going for the polytheists. I've digged into the Quran ayats, right? So going by these miscellaneous Quran ayats to show you what to show, to prove that these Quran ayats do go for polytheism, and where there are, the reason is not well put in the Quran ayats. Some of them, so these are the ones I've chosen. Hope you will bear with me again. Surah 16, so let's start, right? Surah 16, ayat 89 says, and mention the day when he will resurrect among every nation a witness over them from themselves, i.e. the Prophet, and we will bring you, O Muhammad, as a witness over these, i.e. your nation. So, and we have sent down to you the book as clarification for all things. So it has to be clear, the book or the revelation sent down to Prophet Muhammad and then made in a book, it has to be very clear, absolutely clear to people. So that's why I've put this ayat here. So there should be no confusion in the ayats, any ayats about anything. Okay? And as guidance and mercy and good tidings for the Muslims. Okay, so that's why I put main ayat here is Surah 16, ayat 89. Now, Surah 16, ayat 17 says, then is he who creates like the one who does not create. So, will you not be reminded? The Creator, Allah the Creator, right? Supreme Creator, Khalq al-Azim. So this, the way it's also brainwashed you, making you think, oh yes, believe that he's the creator and none is like him. Can anyone create like one who does not create? So will you not then be reminded? It's a good reminder to you Muslims and believers that he's the one and only creator. And he has no associates, no partners, nothing. Except for when authorities has been sent down. So the Shias have tried to work it out. And in some things they differ from the Sunnis, is this, that when authorities sent down, then in Surah Ma'idah 55, Allah, your allies are Allah and Prophet Muhammad, the messenger, and the righteous among, or the believers who bow, who go in ruku and pay alms, right, zakah. So the Shias have worked that ayat out, saying that it's Imam Ali. Imam Ali is mentioned, implied through that ayat, Surah Ma'idah 55, the third one, because he's the only one. And Imam, then he's the one you can take with Allah as your allies. Then Surah 16, ayat 20 says, and those they invoke other than Allah create nothing. Again, the creator is used. So that means you would think the Sunnis mostly, like you can't call on any other than Allah. But the Shia say no, in this life, like the martyrs are alive and you can call on the martyrs. So the Shias take a different path and the Sunnis take a more, I think the Shias in somewhat have sensed that polytheism is true, but they can't, certain ways where you can call on Ali even, the helper, uh, Allah's help sent down. Now that we know an authority has been sent down. So, like that. But the Sunnis, absolutely not. They take this as face value, and they have unfortunately missed some of the ayats which do imply that authority has been sent down and you can invoke on with Allah someone, and they themselves are created. So please have patience with me. It's been very difficult. This is now one of the most difficult topics to show and prove. So, and I'm not so good in explaining, so please bear with me. Um, it will come, I will come to showing miscellaneously through miscellaneous Quran that authority, that the awliyas and all you can worship along with Allah. There is no difference between them, except for one thing here, that Allah is the creator. But maybe that also I can refute. In there's His name is the creation, glorify His name in Surah Allah, which I'll be showing you later, coming to later. The name Allah, glorify the name of thy Lord who creates. The one who creates, but with what name does He create? Could it be? Could it be? So there is a could it be there, and so this is a very, I'll be pointing to things which now it becomes difficult. This all Shias and Sunnis will be remonstrating against me here. So I hope you will bear with me. 16, Surah 16, Ayat 51. And Allah has said, do not take for yourselves two deities. Here Allah tries to nail the polytheism. Do not take for yourself two deities. He is Allah. Allah is but one God. So fear only me. Right? Then we have Surah 16, Ayat 106. Whoever disbelieves, i.e. denies Allah after his belief, ... Again, we have something missing. And Quran.com, Sahih International, especially in Sahih International's translation of this ayat, they pointed out that the sentence should have been completed here, not in the end. So the apostates, this is about us ex-Muslims. You can see number one, I've highlighted with the light green. Here you see it's Sahih International. And so whoever disbelieves in Allah after his belief, except for one who is forced to renounce his religion while his heart is secure in faith. Now that's about taqiyya, and what Shias also say, that you can, if you're under threat by the non-Muslims, you can hide and say, I've left my religion. But not in a dishonest way, like coming here and showing you're not a Shia, but you are a Shia. Not that way. But those who willingly open their breasts to disbelief, upon them is wrath from Allah, and for them is a great punishment. So what else? Why did I put this ayat here? So this is for apostates. That's why I put this ayat here. Those who disbelieve after their belief. And then there's something missing here. Sahih International has pointed it out in Quran.com in their translation. Footnote of this 1 here, the missing part, says based upon the conclusion of this verse, the omitted phrase concerning the apostate is understood to be ... has earned the wrath of Allah. And then you would say, well, but Sahih International points it out. I didn't point it out. So, wrath from Allah in the end, because it misses here and then goes except for one to renounce, trying to explain another thing, then there's a dot, there's a full stop here actually. In Arabic, maybe how it is, you can see in the Quran ayat, there's a full stop. But those who willingly open the breast to disbelief, upon them is wrath from Allah, and for them is a great punishment. This means that the sentence structure is not correct, right? Because there's a full stop here after faith. See this after this word. So that's why I brought this ayat, and footnote says, based upon the conclusion of this verse, the omitted phrase concerning the apostate is understood to be has earned the wrath of Allah, which you may say is completed. Sorry. In the end, but the case here is that there has come a full stop. Should not be. There could be a semicolon or a comma. So there's a sentence structure problem here, which is Sahih International has pointed out. Okay, I did not point out. Then we come to Surah 16, 112, Ayat 112. And Allah presents an example, a city, i.e. Makkah, which was safe and secure, the provision coming to it in abundance from every location, but it denied the favors of Allah. Maybe not the signs of Allah, but the favors of Allah. So Allah made it taste the envelopment of hunger and fear for what they had been doing. So then you see in Surah Quraysh ayats, so it says i.e. Makkah here, the city. Some Muslim translators, not remember, but they put Makkah here. So how shall I put this? Maybe the tafsir says, if you have gone to the tafsir of this ayat, it means the city which is Makkah. So I did not put it here. It's from Quran.com and Sahih International. Puts in brackets i.e. Makkah. The city is i.e. Makkah. Then what do we have here? So I thought of showing you the Quraysh ayat verses 1 to 4 for stabilizing and unifying the Quraysh. This is Surah Quraysh, okay? For stabilizing and unifying the Quraysh, we maintain for them their trading caravans by winter and summer. So let them worship the Lord of this house, who fed them against hunger and secured them from fear. So it doesn't say that idol worshippers. Now before that, they were also idol worshippers, and God had given them, here also in Surah 16, ayat 112, God had given them ample abundance. Now I remember a speech, a sermon from Bibi Fatma Zahra to Abu Bakr, saying that Allah gave you so much abundance. Allah gave you abundance, and because of my father, the messenger of Allah, you came out from darkness into light and this and that. But it doesn't seem like they were in the darkness. From this ayat in the Surah 16, in Surah 16, ayat 112, He gave you abundance, provision. It's provision. Sorry, I didn't click on something. It's provision coming to it in abundance. So we were told they were worshipping idols and they were in the dark ages, but their economy was really great. Only thing is, we're told in this ayat that they denied the favors of Allah. So you can take Surah Quraysh ayat also and see that these Quraysh were not only the Hashemites who believed in one God, but all the tribes of Quraysh for stabilizing and unifying the Quraysh. Not only the Hashemites, the Prophet Muhammad's tribe, clan. So we maintain for them the trading caravans by winter and summer, so let them worship the Lord of this house. And what the Muslims say about this is that maybe the polytheists didn't let them worship the one Allah, so this one, things like that, right? But I don't think it's like that. And then we have so many, it's obscure, you see. It's not clear, the Quran is. And then we have imams and we have the explaining, religious scholars explaining away the verses because it doesn't really have that clarity in it as it proclaims to have in Surah 16, the other ayat I showed you in the beginning. And after Prophet Muhammad, like who is the one who would explain these? The Shias would say it's the Imams, the Sunnis would say it's the Sunnah and the Sunnah coming narrations also, and then they have to check the narrators and all this. So which is Zaif Hadith, the Hadiths have come, and which is Sahih and all this, right? And Hasanat, Hasan. And if you punish, now this is Surah 16, ayat 1 to 6, and if you punish an enemy or believers, punish with an equivalent of that which you were harmed. Footnote, not exceeding it. But if you are patient, it is better for those who are patient. So what is then the case of those in Surah Hashar where houses were broken of the believers and all this? You would say, well, that was a different case. And the believers also were used to break those people's houses, Yathrib people's houses, who opposed Allah and the Messenger, and you would say attempted assassination. But the one who attempted, not the whole tribe, even if the whole tribe agreed on it, the one who attempted the assassination should be brought, and not their brought punishment. Not, I don't think their whole houses broken and trees cut down and expelled from the city. Not right, right? So this is why it's confusing for me, because it contradicts what the actions in Surah Ashra of Prophet Muhammad, Allah, Prophet Muhammad, and the believers against Yathrib people. Now, Surah 6, verse 18, and He is the subjugator over His servants, and He is the wise, the aware. So, those of His servants should be subjugated. They're under His power. All power belongs to Allah. So, He should subjugate them and not, oh, believers, don't do this and don't do this, but, then the Shias come to how many believers were there? Because when you are a true believer, God has subjugated you with His power. Now you cannot do any wrong. I think your actions or what, because He's also subjugated you. So you need not worry about doing wrong and fearing, or pride will come in, or shall I tell, no, or this person, if 20 minutes in prostration, will I show off, or will I start look at another person and say, oh, he's done 30 minutes of prostration. So there should be no fear about that, competing with one another in good deeds, but not to fear that is this shaitan, things like that. Or have I become arrogant that if I prostrated 30 minutes in the namaz prayer mat, on the prayer mat, I'm better than him. Oh, all that. So no, subjugate over his servants, believing servants or what, I don't know. So there should be no fear of anything when he has power to subjugate us. We are powerless. Allah has made us man weak. He's put it there in the Quran ayat. And Adam also had no determination to, listen to God, what he told him, advised him on. That ayat also to be taken. So there's a lot of confusion about this. Like I have not, even as a Shia, I would not have been, it's not been clarified to me. It wasn't clarified to me. Let's put it that way, the proper way. Then Surah, just, for now, just going fast like this, little bit, and then in detail perhaps later on. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or you can also do your own research and think of the points coming out here. Surah 6, Ayat 19. Ask them whose testimony is the greatest. Say, Allah is the witness between me and you, and this Quran was revealed to me that I should warn you thereby, and also whomsoever it may reach. Right? So this Quran has been revealed to him that he should warn you, and also whomsoever it may reach. Do you indeed testify that there are other gods with Allah? Again, polytheism comes in against them. Say, I shall never testify such a thing. Say, he is the one God, and I am altogether averse to all that you associate with him in his divinity. Abul Alam Maududi puts it that way, in his divinity only. The translation in English, right, of this ayat, right? So just a minute, please. I'm just trying to position myself here. Sorry about this. Okay, so then against the polytheists again here, which makes it difficult for the polytheists, definitely, right? But you don't see, remember that ayat in Surah Tawbah at 19 I gave you in my previous live stream? They were giving water and all that. But anyways, let's see if we can challenge the one God and see if this one God, if there are some signs here that can show that the power given to the awliyas, the messengers, the righteous servants, servants of Allah, had the same power. Surah Takwir ayat 19 and 20 does say that. But let's see other verses also, through other verses if I can show you. And a verse, and so he is averse to all that you associate with him. With him in his, with him, it says, associate with him. Not besides him, but with him. Noteworthy, right? I don't think it's min duni. I think it's with him, not apart from him. Here. So even when they were associating with him, he's averse to it. Remember Surah Tawbah ayats where polytheists are najis, and so you are told that through the Islamic sources history that they broke the pact, and they kept breaking the pact, and they did not even honor kinship with Prophet Muhammad and the Muslims of that time, and so that's why kill them, give them time to move from this house of Makkah. So disassociating with the polytheists. Surah Tawbah. It starts without Bismillah also, right? So this, and what else is there? I mean, but here you see, say he's the one God, and I am altogether averse to all that you associate with him. It's better if I go to this ayat, but it's I've done a lot of work just before here. So let's see. I'll be tired. I won't be able to complete this maybe. Surah 6. See, I keep forgetting also. This is the problem. Please bear with me. Surah 6, ayat 19. Ayat 19. Let's see the Arabic word by word in English. If we can go to Quran, here it is. Quran.com. And say a greatest testimony. Okay, I'll just skip some because part is important here. Do you truly testify? A verse. Say only testify. He is God one. And indeed, I am free of what you associate. Sorry. So not a verse, but free here. It says free. Free. So that also the translation, sometimes it's like this. So sorry, you can't blame me, right? He is one God. I disown what you what you associate. Okay, it just says associate with what you associate. And with him they've put in brackets, right? With Allah. Whatever you associate, I disown. I disown. And I am quit of whatever. So different translations of this Arabic word. Thank God I came to the Abul Ala Maududi puts a verse. I'm innocent of that which you associate with it. And so I don't know why Abul Ala Maududi puts a verse to it. So this now Quran has many omissions and contradictions. So remember that, because I'm being honest. It's not that I'm carried away and trying to get you out of this religion, but we need to, in a civilized, honest manner, go through the ayats to see, for justice's sake, this really is the true prophet, that Imam Hussein, Shias take pride in Ali and all this, right? Also that, for that sake also, to see how grand is this religion. So come all, Bori Shias, 12 Shias, Ismaili Shias. And please forgive me, but come honestly, right? Tell me that you are an Ismaili, you are a 12 Shia, you are a Bori Shia, you are a Zaidi Shia. Otherwise, I get very, already I'm irritated, aggravated because I haven't taken my D3. I have to take every day now. And I haven't had proper meal. So that's why, I end up because of the many things in my life issues, okay? And even if I was normal, I hope to see honest people coming here and listening to what I'm saying, and then, coming to an honest thing of this conclusion or whatever decision about this. Honest, right? If we get the nearer glasses, this is like all the time this happens to me. Yeah, this is better. So sometimes back and forth, going back, I'm going near to the screen, so that's why I had needed a closer, what you call them, glasses, reading glasses. I had to change. Say, I shall never testify. Okay. Now, Surah Anam verse 19, and then we have Surah 6 ayat 33. So, cutting myself short, Surah 6 ayat 33. We know that you, O Muhammad, are saddened by what they say, and indeed they do not call you untruthful, but it is the verses, the ayats of Allah that the wrongdoers reject. Right? Huh? So if the verses they're rejecting. He's one of the verses. He's one of the ayats of Allah. And they do not call you untruthful, so it's kind of confusing. But it is there's like the Allah's putting the blame on them that they are rejecting the verses. No, but it should also be that he's untruthful. So this is confusing. And then Surah 6, Ayat 34. Let's see. And certainly were messengers denied before you, but they were patient over the denial, and they were harmed until our victory came to them. And none can alter the words of Allah. And there has certainly come to you some information about the previous messengers. So I just saw Rob Christian's video yesterday uploaded. Maybe came live stream, but I missed it. That there are many errors in the Quran, right? And the Sahabas and Al-Mu'mineen have accepted, Aisha, that there are errors in the Quran, and they just left it. They didn't correct the errors. So, and none can alter the words. But then we see that in Surah Fat also this, that the Baduans try to alter the word of Allah or what? And corruption of the texts, holy scriptures, past ones, Torah, Injil, Zabur, right? And then not understanding where the Christians, Jews and the Christians are being told in the Quran, why are you arguing about Abraham? When he came before you, before the Torah and the Injil was revealed to you. So why are you arguing about the Abraham, It's so strange, it's funny, it's confusing. So this is also like confusing, and none can alter the words of Allah or the decree. What is this? 634 again. So like this, sorry, I have to go again in 634. Check Surah in Arabic words. None can alter the words of Allah. 634. Surah 634. Surah Anam. And surely were rejected messengers, patient, and they harmed victory before until when came our help. And no one can alter, no one can alter the words, kalimati of Allah. Yes? And no one can alter the words of Allah. Right? They've altered the words of Allah in their scriptures, written what it's not there. Now, you see, how can it be like this? Even in Surah Fat, the Baduans try to, oh no, if I leave this, will I remember to come back? What's that ayat? I'll have to. What harm would have befallen them if they had believed in Allah? The month of Ramadan. Is it in? So woe to those who write the scripture. Surah Baqarah 79. None can alter the. Remember that. So now, so woe to those who write the scripture with their own hands, then say this is from Allah, in order to exchange it for a small price. Woe to them for what their hands have written, and woe to them for what they earn. But Allah says none can change the words of Allah. So this is Surah Baqarah 79. Here, thank God it didn't go up. Surah Anam Ayat 37 says, and they say, no, sorry, 34. Can you see the capital, bold letters? Sorry, not capital, bold letters, black. and none can alter the words of Allah. And then in Surah Baqarah it says they have changed the words of Allah. So confusing, miscellaneous ayats, also proving that polytheism is, it's right. It's not bad. Surah 6, ayat 37. And they say, why has a sign not been sent down to him from his Lord? See, indeed, Allah is able to send down a sign, but most of them do not. You see where it started from, the Surah Anam and 36 and all that. It shouldn't have been like this. Like, they don't believe in the signs of Allah, and signs are sent down. We know that you, O Muhammad, are saddened by what they say. Indeed, they do not call you untruthful, but it is the verses of Allah that the wrongdoers reject, the signs of Allah that the wrongdoers reject, and none can alter the words of Allah. And they say, why has this is put like in the middle somewhere of Surah Anam? But you see, it doesn't make sense here. How come they're still saying, why is not the sign of Allah sent down from His Lord? Since Allah is telling them in the previous ayats that this is the sign. So why not say these are the signs sent down? What are you saying? That why has not a sign been sent down? Do you want to see this? So we'll go back to Surah Anam ayat and continue here because it only shows one ayat that I was searching for, 34. Now you see, 30, 35. And if the evasion is difficult for you, then if you are able to seek a tunnel into the earth or stairway into the sky to bring them a sign. But if Allah had willed, He would have united them upon guidance. So never be of the ignorant. 36. Only those who hear will respond, but the dead, Allah will resurrect them. Then to Him they will be returned. And who are these who are saying? This is quite confusing here. And they say, why? And they say, why is not sent down to him a sign, ayatun? Ayatun, a sign or signs. Is it signs or ayatun is what? Ayatin, ayatun, ayah, a sign from his Lord. Oh my goodness. So what is this? Indeed, Allah is able to send down a sign. A sign again. Ayatan. But most of them do not know. So what is this? The Quran ayahs that before, so see how confusing. Could you see? This is confusing. 38 then. And there is no creature within the earth or bird that flies with its wings, except that they are communities like you. We have so I've read all this. It doesn't tell. But those who deny of signs are deaf, dumb, within darknesses. Now, now this is one of a better. Ali Brothers here saying good evening. Thank you, Ali Brother. Welcome here. A very good evening to you. So, thank you for being here. Now, right? So, the answer here given is that because you are deaf, dumb, and you can't see, then that we have sent signs. This should be in here, 37. And they say, why has a sign not been sent down to him from his Lord? Say, indeed, Allah is able to send down a sign. You don't want your intelligence to be defeated like this. This is the answer all-knowing Allah is giving. What He should have given is the one I showed you. That are you deaf? Are you dumb? Like, I wouldn't even, as a civilized human being, tell them in that way, insulting them, are you deaf? You can't see? Sometimes, I would say sometimes we're blind to things that are in front of us, obvious. And sometimes the things are hidden from us. And we see the hidden things, like that. But I wouldn't even put it that way, that it should. Here he's put, are you blind, deaf, and dumb? Darkness is whom Allah wills, He sends astray. But the answer in this particular ayat to them is not right? So this very confusing, very the reason disaster has happened in the Quran ayats, you can see. Disaster of logic, reason, proper. Say, indeed, Allah is able to send down a sign, but most of them do not know or do not see. But to put most of them do not know is wrong. Please see this, and don't sell your intellect to this that is insulting a man's intellect. Sorry, right? The answer given here in Surah Anam, verse 37, is wrong. Even if it ends with, but most of them do not. Huh? Well, even when they are told that look, signs are coming, why can't you see it? Now they're informed, right? They're informed. So if they're informed, why would they be asking, why has a sign not been sent down to him from his Lord? That's strange. Weird. I don't want to go down to that level in my intellect. Surah 7, ayat 27, O children of Adam, let not Satan tempt you as he removed your parents from paradise, stripping them of their clothing. But who allowed it? You kept quiet, Allah. You kept silent, seeing it because you are the all-seeing, to show them their private parts. Indeed, He sees you, He and His tribe, from where you do not see them. Now, Allah is also the unseen, and so are these shaitans. Shaitan and his tribe, the unseen, and they can see you from where you can't see them. So could He have used this as Allah, calling it Allah is a witness? Allah is a witness to all this and deceiving you, because you see, very, very dangerous point. Because indeed the reason why I read it from the beginning to tell you is because it's shaitan. Who is the he? Let not Satan. Because not Allah, but indeed he sees you. Shaitan sees you. This noteworthy, right? Where you can't even see them. And his tribe. He's got a whole tribe, descendants, tribe, this, that, you name it. He's got a whole group. From where is this fair to you, human beings? And what if someone uses this shaitan to tell you, oh, signs are coming from, like the satanic verses written by the author Salman Rushdie. So this very, very dangerous. When that ayat also taking into consideration, when prophets recite something, shaitan casts interpolation in their recitation. And then Allah clears it. Like what Adam, shaitan came and whispered or something, or suggested, and even said, Wallah, swore that he's a honest, sincere advisor to him. Swore. Oh, there and then this religion falls down, crumbles down, swearing to Adam in that garden. He's lying. How can a liar win over Adam, where all the angels have bowed? We're told, commanded to bow to. Adam, not Allah. And Iblis bows to Allah, we are told. His only contention was that I'm better than him. He didn't want to bow to Adam. Why should he bow to Adam? So now tell me, from that, now since that story has come, you all bowing, maybe you need to bow to Muhammad, the Khalifa, but you will not, right? Because the Quran ayats have confused you. At least Hazrat Yaqub bowed to Hazrat Yusuf, his son. In Surah Yusuf, ayat 100, we are told. So who is Shaitan? Who is Shaitan? He doesn't bow to whom? Khalifa, that God is made. Or man? No, I think most important is that Adam was made for the earth to guide the people. Or what? So this is like Gnostic stuff. I'm just, trying to figure that out. It's very confusing. Like the Hindus bow to the avatar, the guru, teacher. And above the teacher also, guru. Or even master and sadguru and all this. And Shaitan did it. So could you be being taught not to bow to your teacher, your guru, your master, like Shaitan? But he used it in such a way and made it, Allah the creator. Of course, Allah is the creator. But, bowing here, bowing down, it's totally sujood is, bowing is, what is it? Worship, total submission to Allah. What Allah Rashid Rabi's majlis is on sajda. You see what is sajda? It's the final thing, total. And how come the angels were not allowed, were not told, commanded to bow to Allah? Now they were commanded to bow to Adam. Total sajda. Angels who are, we are told, on the throne in Quran ayat, encircling the throne, asking forgiveness for the human beings on earth. What an irony, what an irony. If you do not see the contradictions in this, then how can I show you? But I will keep showing you. And there's another verse, this is for the Christians. Surah Baqarah 165 says, still there are some who take others as Allah's equal. They love them as they should love Allah. But, no, wait a minute. Where's that? Oh, yes. So I had to take the Christian ayat, right? Because you are told, Ahl Zikr, who are them? Shias will say Ahl al-Bayt, after Prophet Muhammad. But before Prophet Muhammad, who were the Ahl Zikr? Abraham. Mention Abraham, mention Yaqub, mention Idris, mention this. So you are to take them. Now here in Surah Baqarah 165 it says, come back to this ayat, still there are some who take others as Allah's equals. They love them as they should love Allah. But true believers love Allah even more. That's why Shias and Sunnis against Shias, that you worship Imam Hussein. Then my father was saying that you can't have ishq. Ishq is like passionate love, adoration for anyone but Allah. So I'm doing great shirk, and so she should be separated from her teacher, Miss Asteria Dissa. But Miss Asteria Dissa was Catholic Christian, right? So crying. I wish I had found, like I had the Bible later on, I could have gone and said, but Miss Dissa, look, your Jesus has said in John 15, 12 and 13, If she had told me that this is the case, your religion does not allow, you are worshipping me, you are so attached to me, you can't live without me, you're giving your life for me, and this and that, and you are young, why are you doing this to yourself? And comes Jesus saying, John 15:12-13, my command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Right? Oh. But you see, a Shia like that, or my father or someone, would be, like in that Muhabbat movie, Indian movie. दुनिया में जितनी है नफरतें उतनी. Thanks to Jesus Christ for this, I really. But you see, because the Shias don't know. They're the Shias to me, or you worship your teacher because you love her so much. It's like worship. They're to the Sunnis, to the Shias. You love Imam Hussein. This is love. This is worship. They got it. Later on, I heard what the Sunnis were saying against Shias. The ones who were saying that. Not all, but, So this, Jesus. You see what nonsense he has done here. That a father could, through maybe an aunt or someone, that you love Miss Tissa, you worship her. You worship the one you love. Problem. So I've lost my love through the gardens of terror. I wrote this line in my diary, oldest diary. Okay, then we have Surah 19, verse 58. Those were the ones upon whom Allah bestowed favor from among the prophets of the descendants of Adam, and of those who carried in the ship with Noah, and of the descendants of Abraham and Israel, and of those whom we guided and chose. When the verse says Ayat, Ayats, what am I saying? Of the most merciful were recited to them, they fell in prostration and weeping. Is it that they fell in prostration to God, or they fell in prostration wherever they were for the signs? And like they say, Allama Iqbal has said, what? Sajda to Imam Ali, right? Maybe I'm वली भी रिंद भी शायर भी क्या नहीं इकबाल कोई हिसाब है कम वक्त के कमालों का सुनाए सूरत सीराए नजफ में भी ये दिल कोई मकाम है गश खा के गिरने वालों का और सीराए सूरत नजफ surah. What is surah? Right? Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Prostration and weeping. It doesn't say prostration to Allah, but you may think it's prostration to Allah. Who were the angels commanded to prostrate to? Worship. Adam. Angels had to worship Adam. And don't tell me otherwise, because I will not agree. Surah 19, ayat 56. And mention Idris in the book. Now it comes. Now I've got you. I got you. Shias, Ismailis, Shias come. Every one of you come. 12 Shias, Buri Shias come. I got you. Sunnis come. And mention Idris in the book. Surely he was a truthful man, a prophet, right? what is this? This is from the commentary now, Shia commentary, multilingual Quran. Thank you. Prophet Idris is mentioned twice in the Quran in verse 85 of Anbiya. He's among those who patiently persevered. He was the grandfather of the father of Noah and son of the grandson of Sheeth. He was born 100 years after the death of Adam. He introduced the art of writing, weights and measures and tailoring to mankind. He was also well versed in the science of astronomy. For his life account, study our publication, The Glimpses of the Prophets, based upon the well-known book, Hayatul Qulub by Allama Majlisi. When I read Hayatul Qulub, what is this? Prophet Muhammad is going to marry Bibi Maryam in Jannah? Bibi Asiya also. And Abdul Muttalib, his grandfather, crazy man, taking sword, Amina, give me my son, give me my son. Arey, she's just given birth. Oh my goodness, she's just given birth. She needs a nurse, things like that. What are you doing? Dai is in Urdu called the midwife. Let her rest. Abdul Muttalib has come with a sword. What nonsense. Aka in Hayatul Qulub Allama Majlisi. Aka Medipuya says, as said in the commentary of Bani Israel, all the prophets of Allah had the extensions, right? According to the degree of their devotedness to Allah. So they had an extension Miraj, according to their devotedness to Allah. So verse 57 says that Idris was also raised to a high position. Now you see which high position Idris was raised to. The raising to the closeness or nearness of Allah is termed as waliya by Shias have worked it out. It's termed as waliya. This is not termed as maraj. Without which no one could be honored with prophethood. Now Idris was a prophet. So here, because the commentary is given above the verse in another 56 ayats, so that's why. Now comes Surah Maryam, same surah, ayat 57, the next ayat, and we raised him high Aliyun in heaven. In heaven. But what is Aliyun? You see. Aliyun comes from the Most High, the name of Allah, the Ism of Allah. Jesus was also a word of Allah, but raised to where? Surah Maryam. But now we're looking at Idris here, raised high. Even Idris was raised high in heaven. In heaven. Now let's see. Allah is Most High. Surah Baqarah 255. Allah, there is no deity except Him. This is your Ayatul Kursi. Your Ayatul Kursi starts from here. Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the self-sustaining. Neither drowsiness overtakes Him, nor sleep. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatsoever or whatever is on the earth. Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission? He knows what is presently before them and what will be after them, and they encompass not a thing of His knowledge except for what He wills, right? Or who He wills, except by His permission, or what He wills also. So permission would be for intercession granted, except as He will it. Then at this point too, and His kursi, His chair, His throne extends over the heavens and the earth, and their preservation ties Him not. And He is the Most High, the Most Great. Footnote, Sahih International. Above all of His creations, what does Aliyun, what does Ali mean? Just the attribute of His Most High. So where was it raised? Aliyun. Aliyun. Could he have been raised to Allah in heaven? The Most High, His attribute. To Allah's attribute, the Most High, if you don't take Allah Himself. Think about it. How, why? Above all of His creations and superior to them in essence, rank, and position, this attribute of Allah is, or is Allah. This attribute, Ali tells us, however it's put in Arabic, above all of His creations. Above all of His creations. And superior to them in essence, rank and position. What else is there? Surah 39, Ayat 3. Unquestionably, for Allah is a pure religion. Those who take protectors beside Him say, we only worship them that they may bring us nearer to Allah in position. Indeed, Allah will judge between them concerning that over which they differ. Indeed, Allah does not guide he who is a liar. They're called liars, confirmed disbelievers. Confirmed in brackets, right? Like that, maybe in Arabic written, I don't know. So Aliyun, and this verse also has that Allah, and He is the Most High. Now what can you do with this Most High? Glorify the name of thy Lord, the Most High. Shall I take you? Surah Allah verse, right? It doesn't say glorify Allah. It says glorify the name, Ism, the name of your Lord the Most High. Surah Allah, Ayat 1. Please see this, please. Who created and proportioned? Could this name have created and proportioned? Only this attribute of Allah. Noteworthy. Please pay attention. Who destined and then guided. And who brings out the pasture. Then turns it rubbish, rotten. Oh, that was my old translation. And then makes it black stubble. We will make you recite and you will not forget. Recite what? The sign or this name, this ism, by which Allah may have. You see, it does say in the second ayat that I was checking, the one who created then proportioned. It does say the one who, Allah, the one. It doesn't say Allah, the one who created then proportioned. But why does it say here, noteworthy? It doesn't say glorify Allah here. It says glorify the ism of Allah. Big difference. Imam Ali will tell you in Najul Balagha, his attribute is not him. The moment you say his attribute is him, you define him, you limit him. When you define him, you limit him. When you limit him, you say he's in this. And that is not Allah. Right? So where you people have been misguided with this name, ism maybe, if you use it in the proper knowledge has been brought to you by those awliyas or polytheistic, you would have been one with Allah in creation, maybe. You would have witnessed the Father, you would have been the Father, the originators. God knows where you would have been. But He wants to make you look smaller. Allah is so big, and He makes, no, Allah is the limitless. But He's made you so small that you're servant of Allah, you are gunegar, you are weak, yet powerless, and Allah has power over you, subjugates you. Right? Yani Allah subjugates you, the sovereign. Yeah, you can say that he's subjugate. Only a king can subjugate you, right? I mean, and that's not right in Islam. for a human king to subjugate you. So, but Allah subjugates you, His servants. So maybe if you had said Allah and Ali, 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 where would you have gone? Like Idris. Not only for the Prophet, sorry. And where did these poor people go that they are saying, right? Surah Zumar. Where did their awliyas go? They worship. There's a hadith which is now, it's Zaif and all this they're making. That Abu Bakr said, seeing the face to his daughter or someone, Aisha, she was saying, why are you looking at the face of Ali? Like, don't, like just looking at his face. He said, because Rasulullah said, looking at the face of Ali is ibadah. It's in one of the Sunni hadiths. I don't know if it's in the Sittah Sahihs, but they say it's not in the Sittah Sahihs, but it's from the Sunni hadith. And it's Zaif hadith. You see what you have done? Putting the polytheists down, they worship awliya, because they worship them because they want nearness to Allah. What is wrong with you? Okay, then you tell me, okay, wait, what's sleep at night? Possibly your Lord will raise you to an honored position. What are you praying, Sunnis, for Prophet Muhammad? May he reach Maqam al-Mahmud, right? Possibly. From Surah Isra, 79, and rise from sleep during the night as well. This is an additional prayer for you. Possibly your Lord will raise you to an honored position. But he's gone to an honored position, hasn't he, in Surah Najm? So why are you still praying that he should read? Why are you stuck on the side still praying? Shias were, I question, don't you see he went? He was taken, then Surah Najm has come. You're still stuck on the side, oh Lord, praying for Prophet Muhammad, raise him to our position. Maqam al-Mahmud. Now what is Maqam al-Mahmud? I didn't know. Footnote, Sunni from Quran.com tells us, will raise you to an honored position. You may attain such a high position in this world and in the next world that people from everywhere may be full of praise for you. Who is praiseworthy? Allah. And you may become a praiseworthy personality. This is as if to say, no, wait a minute, did Allah tell Abraham in Surah Anbiya or where? Surah Hud, that, oh Abraham, you are the praise be to Abraham. No, he said, salam be to Abraham, peace be to Abraham. But I've honored your names and all this. Yeah, Abraham said, please. Yeah, so that this is praising them. It's the same as praising Allah. It's Surah Fat ayat that will come. But before I, just a little bit here, position with Allah, I had to go to another ayat and then I felt I haven't done justice. Those who take protectors besides Him, say we only worship them, that they bring us nearer to Allah in position. Confirm liars and all this. So bringing them nearer to Allah in position, what wrong have they done? Because how do they recognize that these are the awliyas they are worshipping? How do they recognize them? This also will come later, after this ayat, I think. What did Jesus Christ say? Okay, no. How I've put my notes, maybe, no. What did Jesus Christ say? Surah Baqarah 146. Those to whom we gave the scripture know him, i.e. Prophet Muhammad, as they know their own sons. What did Jesus Christ say? Son of man. I'm the Son of Man. What did he say about him? What did Allah say? Surah Ahzab, Ayat 40. Muhammad is not the father of any of your men, but he is the messenger of Allah and the last of the prophets. And ever is Allah of all things knowing. Why am I going fast? Because I remember Mubahila. And I remember that verse from Mubahila. Bring your, the Christians knew like this, that who are his sons? Bring you our sons and your sons. And he said, yes, I'll bring my sons. I'll bring my grandchildren. Because he didn't have any sons. So God gave him Hassan, Hussein, Ali and his daughter's children. Immediately the Christians found out that he's not the son of man. He's the anti-son of man. You see this ayat is in Surah Baqarah 146. How would you recognize him? Arey, Muhammad is not the father of any of your men. Surah Ahzab ayat 40. But Surah Baqarah ayat 146 says, those to whom we gave the scripture, Jews and Christians, know him. And they've put i.e. Prophet Muhammad, or know it. The different translations. The Arabic word says it, he, him, what? Know him or know it. Know the scriptures as they know their own sons. How can you know the scriptures as you know your own sons? You must know Prophet Muhammad to know your own sons. So much injustice, so much injustice. 1400 years have passed. No one to correct you. No one to show you like this. You would kill them. Even if they cared. Maybe some of them were empaths. They died of keeping that in their hearts, Where is humanity going? Where have they led humanity? Where has he led? Those to whom we gave the scripture know him, as they know their own sons. No one will tell you this. Maybe I haven't heard a Christian say this. No, I didn't copy it from a Christian. Sorry. Recently, even I went to Christian Prince. I went to Rob Christian. Maybe they've uploaded a video on this, and hope Christians will let me on this. Oh my God. He's not the father, so how can you recognize him as your son, even? He's a prophet, he's a Abdul, he's servant of Allah. In another ayat, he's also exalted in all this, honored prophet and last prophet and this and that, but he's also a servant of Allah. Right? Muhammad is not the father of any of your men, but he is the messenger of Allah and the last of the prophets. What are the Jews and the Christians told? You will recognize him as they recognize their own sons. Right? Sorry, I have to do some copyrights infringement. No, I just checked on Google. All this I've done today, my goodness. No. Where is it? Who is the Son of Man? Where's my tab? What did Jesus Christ say? Jesus Christ said, Son of Man. He used Allah to say that he's not the father of any of you. And also adoption, what he did to that adopted son of his, that poor Zaid. The Quran, what? Wait a minute. Bible. Sorry. Bible. If you don't know, Shias know this. I had the Bible, I know. You know this by now. There's a lot of information. So Jesus said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in yourselves. John 12, verse 23. So although I'm not a Christian, but neither am I a Jew, neither am I polytheist, right? I'm a truth seeker still. But this had to come, so it goes in favor of Christians. Although the Jews didn't recognize the Son of Man, for some reason the Son of Man is coming later. Son of Man. Jesus is the Son of Man. And they will recognize him as they recognize their own sons. So that Quran ayat must have come from the Christians. And the Christians knew immediately. They were so in their discernment and in the wisdom that he's what kind of, look at this. And we've, the way the Shias also have been brainwashed and deprived of that discernment, that wisdom that the Christians even had at that time. And you don't have it. And you're following that Satan's aulad, children. And thinking that you are very high in your intellect and your reasoning and your wisdom and your discernment. You're not. Right? So see this also. Shias. Then back to what have I missed? Where was I? So Most High, Idris, Aliyun position. You know what is Aliyun position? And he was raised. They don't have to die to be raised up. Right? Mehraj, they don't have to die. The awliyas, they worship. So isn't it one and a position very aliyun is that position, Allah's attribute. Where was I? Surah, anyways, wherever I was, Surah Baqarah 255. Let me show you Surah Baqarah 255. What is the difference? The way it's put, if God wishes, he can raise someone at a aliyun position, right? So those worshipping awliya, Surah Sumarai, don't get confused by those. Allah is the creator and all this. None is like him. Then would you not worship him alone? Now, Aliyu, the Most High. Who is Allah? And what is this Most High? Sahih International, whose greatness is unlimited, beyond description or imagination. And where was Idris raised? Look at Ala Maududi's Aliyun on Aliyun. Where is it? The first gen known as the verse of the throne, it provides one piece of God. Continuing, Israelites, they depend on faith for the groups. Oops, this is very long. Okay, from here, victory, success, Israelites. Gen known as the verse of the throne, right? Ayat al-Kursi, continuing up to this point, discourse. But no, just look at this. Who is the Most High? Limitless. above all of its creations. Where's Idris gone? And superior to them in essence. Why does Allah use this word, his attribute? Aliyun. Aliyu. Rank and position. He could have used some other word, high, in heaven. So I must have, our Father who art in heaven. I guess I have to read the Christian prayer then to tell you. Our Father who art in heaven, because Allah is also in heaven and in the earth. There's a ayat. It says high and beyond everything, his creation superior. Wait a minute, he got his creation Idris and he brought him to himself in that position. Aliyu. Aliyu. Now tell me, could there be a difference? What is the difference? Will you estimate the difference? Will you narrate to me from chain of narrators? Hadiths? Huh? You're all in a confused state. You don't know, and you with these eyes against polytheists. You have all this unnecessarily blaming the polytheists for worshipping the Awliya, Surah Zumar Ayat 3. What a big disaster of injustice. And for how many years has it been going on? And Surah Zumar, so Surah Zumar Ayat 3. Those who take protectors besides him say, we only worship them that they bring us nearer to Allah in position. What is wrong in that? And they recognize them as they recognize their own sons. If you think they are the sons of man, perhaps. But they're not from the Ahl Kitab, because only the Ahl Kitab. So if they are polytheists, then which evidence will you take from them? Could there be any duality in it? Okay, no? Then I will show you Surah Takwir that I keep showing you. Who is with the Lord of the throne? Owner of power. Rasul Kareem. Okay, so, but even like more eyes coming like this, now I'm explaining it this way and showing it. Then you do your research. Surah 79 says, and rise from sleep during the night as well. This is an additional prayer for you. Possibly your Lord will raise you to an honored position. So praising him, a high position of intercession on the day of resurrection. The Sunnis say only the day of resurrection, some of them. Also part of that honored position. Surah Fat ayat comes, and now who do you have to honor? If you celebrate, if you help, no. You see it, your translators have put Allah, celebrate Allah's glory morning and evening by helping. If you say, oh, this is Arabic, and the last one would be Allah, no. And even if it was like this, here you're told he's been praised. And you say because he praised Allah, he was Ahmad praising Allah. That's why now what has Allah told us? To praise him. Along with Allah, right? So there's association, shirk. Mushraqeen. Surah 19, ayat 65. He is the Lord of the heavens and the earth and all that is in between. Serve him then and be constant in serving him. Do you know anyone that might be his compeer, similar to him? No. But association is there and things. The word Samia literally means a namesake. Namesake. Anyone, even in his attribute, as his namesake. Which one? Allah, Rahman, Rahim. Prophet Muhammad is a messenger, mercy sent down to the worlds, universes. Here it implies Allah is the only deity. So you're saying namesake like Allah. No one is Allah, and He's the only deity. Do you know of any other deities besides Him? If there is none, and you know that there is none, you know that there is none, do not, and then you do not have any alternative but to serve Him and obey His commands. His commands are Prophet Muhammad's commands along with His commands. Obey. So what does Prophet Muhammad become with Allah? So don't get confused by these, I'm giving you, extracting the thing, proper thing out of it, giving you the truth. Surah Taqweer. This is, see, I have to mention, again comes Surah Taqweer, ayat 19 to 20. This is the speech of a noble messenger. 20th ayat, endowed with strength, secure with the Lord of the throne. What a position. And if he comes down, let's Gabriel, the spirit from Allah, came in the form of a man. So if the polytheists saw, and he says, oh, polytheists of that time, pagan Arabs, I've been sent by Allah that you worship me, worship Allah along with me, bow to me. Like Allah told the angels, commanded the angels to bow to Adam. But let's see if I take it this way, whether I will get across to you properly. So this messenger has been sent and he's fallen short of many things. He's made mistakes. In my previous live stream, somewhere I said we need an avatar who would not make such mistakes. Surah Tahrim ayat 1, 2, what we are told, Surah Azab ayat. He's made an error, mistake. So Muhammad is not the father of any of your men. Do you get it? Shias now. How the Christians discerned? Because the Christians suggested, read Wikipedia on mobile. How this, I read it in one of my previous live streams, earlier ones, when I did Mubahila also. Whatever this. Huh? Don't read the Shia. First read the Wikipedia. Thanks to Wikipedia. Read all the things in detail from everywhere, wherever it's come. Who said? They said, no, wait a minute. In Medina, Muhammad and the Christian delegation may have also debated the nature of Jesus, human or divine, although the delegation ultimately rejected. Yeah. Don't you think Aliyun is divine and the position to go to Ali? Idris went to, not only Jesus, Idris. Isn't it divine position to go to? Although the delegation ultimately rejected the Islamic belief that Jesus was human, as presented in Surah Al Imran, verse 59 of the Quran, 3 Surah, which acknowledges the miraculous birth of Jesus, rejects the Christian divinity. Indeed, this, wait a minute, where was it? And whosoever disputes, participants, reject, turn away the gods. Christian delegation, Tawhid. Wait, I read it somewhere here in the significance, yeah. Oops, footnotes maybe. It says that didn't the Christian priest Christian Sunni exegetes Muhammad was accompanied to Mubala. Where is it that says Christians? What did the Christians suggest here? Muhammad may have defined his Ahlul Bayt. Some traditions about the Mubahala add that Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein stood under Muhammad's cloak, and the five have thus been known as the Ahl-e-Qissa, people of the cloak. On the same occasion, Muhammad may have defined his Ahlul Bayt, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein, according to Shia and some Sunni sources, including the canonical collections of Sahih Muslim, Sahih al-Tirmidhi and Musnad ibn Hanbal. Alternatively, some have suggested that these claims were possibly later additions. Abu al By one account, the delegation was led by Abdul Masih Abu al-Harith ibn al-Qama and Sayyid ibn al-Harith. Their peace treaty was finally reached, which the Christians agreed to pay an annual poll tax, jizya, but were not required to convert to Islam or partake in Muslims' military campaigns, and remained in charge of their own affairs. This was perhaps the first such treaty in Muslim history. First, but also resembled the treatment of Christians elsewhere by Muhammad. It was not until the Caliphate of Umar, anyways, with the rise of Islam in Arabia, one such letter was apparently addressed at the bishops of the southern city of Najran, which hosts a Christian community. A delegation of Najrani Christians later arrived in Medina to meet with Muhammad in 89 or 10 EH, perhaps to ascertain his claims to prophethood. In view of their weak ties with the Persian Empire, these and other Christians of the south were probably in a position to independently negotiate with Muhammad. By one account, the delegation was led by Abdul Masih. Ah, so, what's the this thing, right? Who who suggested? You see, I need a whole account of this. Mobile remains. May I be cursed. But Prophet Muhammad is Allah withdrawing mercy from one who lies or engages in falsehood. He's got a curse, he's all this on him. Mobile. 70. Okay, I'll have to search for this, and so this would become boring for the live streamers here, because Abu Bakr respectively Mubala. Yet, according to other reports, Muhammad did appear for the occasion of Mubala, accompanied by his family. Such reports is Tafsir Sunni. You can check these in detail. Al-Qissa. Significance in Shia Islam. I think one of the Christians suggested that we bring our children or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, I think the Christians here realize that he's not the son of, because after Jesus Christ, there's no one for them. There's no prophet. He could use the Jews and say, Jews' books, scriptures, and say, well, I'm a prophet. But even in the Jew scripture, I think they're awaiting the Messiah. They're not waiting a prophet. So confirming what before we obliterate your faces, that ayat. Surah Nisa, I think ayat. There was someone I don't want to mention. Surah Nisa, that on Twitter, and Ismaili was saying that Imam has said, Hazir Imam, that the punishments before, like flogging and all that, was to deter, make the society better. So it's good punishment. But now no more. But now it should be more than before, I think, if you take the population and what's going on. So I was like, I was really saddened to see what Hazir Imam had said recently on Twitter, which was shared by an Ismaili, to tell the Christian or someone, a foreigner, saying, what is this punishment of flogging in Islam on adultery and all this? Because I follow this Ismaili brother, that's why I didn't want to mention it, But I don't think punishment should be ever, even before before there were spiritual people, and now there are spiritual people, and before there were very high spiritual people also, right? But I wanted to say Dr. Khalil Andani. See here, his name has come out. Can you please tell me? Can you please tell me if the Imam would say why would why punishment here if there for adultery flogging that time it was necessary to make an example for the society and make the society not do adultery. Well, Jesus Christ did it. You see, then what we need is that the Son of Man has come, the Son of God has come, and otherwise then it was okay, but now it's not okay. Flogging, you see. So sorry, I didn't agree to what Imam had said recently about this, shared by Dr. Khalil Andani on Twitter. And it should be consistent. What did Jesus Christ say when a prostitute was brought to him? Mary Magdalene, wasn't it? Her? Or was it okay? A prostitute was brought to him and they said, how will you? They were told the Jews wanted to trap him and all this. If he said, so what did he say anyways? He said, he who has not sinned shall cast the first stone. Do you think that Jesus Christ would not want flogging and all this to improve the society? Yes, he has said, cut your right hand if it sins, cut your left hand if it sins, pull your eye out if it sins, your left eye or your right eye. But he's given the responsibility to you, not to anyone else. So that whole thing about punishment being earlier on in Islam, good for society and to put an example, and all this is. I was sad. Uh, His Highness Agha Khan, if Dr. Khalil Andani was this, His Highness Agha Khan had given. That at that time it was good. Well, but the but the dress of piety is better, right? At that time. And then why, when the Omar and all believers confessed that they were going into their wives, the law was changed, and that was good, right? At that time, they were doing something bad, but they confessed. So can't you tell them all to come and confess? If you're doing some wrong, adultery, also come and confess to Prophet Muhammad, and then the law of adultery would also change. Because if you can't relieve yourselves from adultery or deceive yourselves, another's wife seems attractive to you, or what? So there was flogging in the case of adultery in Islam. Islam says flog them. So the Ismaili Imam's reply through Dr. Khalil Andani seemed contradictory to me, not consistent. Sorry, I have to say this. But I didn't say a word there, but here I am saying it behind his back. God forgive me for that. I wasn't planning to do that today, but it's come out somehow. I'm too tired maybe. You see, so many things to consider. I don't think punishment is a good thing from day one, because what Dr. Khalil, what Khalil Gibran says, crime and, where have I opened that? Crime and punishment. Anyways, it'll take time. So where am I now? Huh? And what about this punishment? At that time, it was necessary to obliterate the faces? Imam? Ismaili Imam? So, before we obliterate your faces. My goodness, right? You've seen this. I kept showing you. Why did I have to come? So before we obliterate your faces, so this punishment at that time was necessary. Son of Man. Son of Man. You will recognize him as you recognize your own sons. Son of Man. And some translators put it. And I found a translation for an ayat like different. It completely changes. One word changes the whole ayat. I was like nodding my head. Maybe I put it here, but I didn't put. I put it there, maybe in my notes, but didn't put the different translations. Mind-boggling, confusing. Changes the ayat. Meaning, Son of Man. Bible verses. And it's not only Jesus, I think it's in the Psalms too. How many 37 Bible verses about Son of Man. And are there in the Old Testament? Let me see if there are. Oh, sorry, I should have put Bible, Old Testament. Shall I show you in the Old Testament? So maybe the Jews also would know that Son of Man is how Prophet Daniel referred to God, the Son, at the throne of God the Father, whom he called Ancient of Days. In heaven I was watching in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven. He came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Son of Man, who is he? Okay, the Christians will say he's Jesus Christ, but for it's in the. My point here is that, it's John Gospel. Okay, Psalms. If you want to check Psalms, this is the Old Testament, 33, verses 13 to 14. The Lord looks from heaven. He sees all the sons of men. Psalm 14 to 23. The Lord has looked down from heaven upon the sons of men. But what is this like? What's the importance of the Son of Man? You should know. So confirming the Bible verses before we obliterate your faces. He's not even the Son of Man. He's the servant of Allah. His father is not mentioned in Abdullah. The name of his father is not mentioned in this Quran. His tribe is mentioned, Quraysh, Surah Quraysh, a whole surah on it. So, and who will come in the clouds? God will come. We are told here, are you waiting? Are you waiting that God will come? So if you look at the former scriptures, what does it do? It doesn't confirm what the Quran is saying, because they literally believe that God will come down as the Son of Man or something, I think. Are you waiting that God will come down? I'm just guessing God will come down, because I'm just inferring from what I know. In canopy of clouds. This literally, please Sunnis, sometimes metaphorical, sometimes literal. You also take the Quran ayats literally at times, don't you? So what is your method? Sorry. If it doesn't say haram here, but in another ayat it says haram, sin is haram, then you working it out, right? Figure it out. That alcohol is haram for consumption like that, but for medicine purposes, not haram. They do not wait out, but that Allah should come to them in the shadows of the clouds. Now, please don't tell me this is metaphorical. And even if you tell me it is metaphorical, the Bible verses don't say it is metaphorical about Jesus coming down in clouds. And so the Son of Man will come down in clouds. Wait a minute, let me see. Son of Man. This is what happens when I'm wanting to go fast. Son of Man will come in clouds. So Quran verses aren't clear also, and contradict. They don't agree with the Bible, whether the Old Testament or the New Testament or the Jews. He sends down from the sky mountain. Oh, why am I saying cloud? Oh, sorry. Bible verse. So please be honest. At that time, the sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven. You see? Son of Man coming on the clouds in the sky. Just that inference. What is it about that the verse I'm just here? What is it about? Which verse? Ali, brother, I didn't get you. Sorry, I didn't get you. Matthew 24, verse 30. Sorry for saying. Luke 21, verse 27. At that time they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So this is what it means metaphorically. Power and great glory. God is, and it says, and there it's saying, are they waiting that God will come down? That when God will come down, Allah will come in clouds. Yes. What would you like to know about that? What is it about that verse? I think it's from the Christians. Oh, you want me to go like, are they waiting? You want me to go into the previous ayat or to understand it more? Among those who become Jews, there are some who alter the word from the context and make a malicious play with their tongues and seek to revile the true faith. They say, we have heard. Okay? This is because against the Jews all the time. They say, we have heard and we disobey. Do hear us, may you turn dumb. Oh my goodness, insulting the Jews. May you become dumb and hearken to us, Reina. Okay, they say that, do hear, may you turn dumb. What is this? Insulting the Jews, saying that they say this kind of a thing? Insulting way? And hearken to us, Reina. It would indeed. What I mean is, here it says the Jews say things like this, insulting things to Prophet Muhammad. It would indeed have been better for them and more upright if they had said, we have heard and we obey. And do listen to us and look at us with kindness. So they were rude people and they were saying these things, insulting Prophet Muhammad and the believers. But Allah has cursed them because of their disbelief. Scarcely do they believe. O you who were given the scripture, believe in what we have sent down, confirming that which is with you, before we obliterate faces. I entered into the stream while you were showing that ayah. Still I haven't heard your point about it. Which ayah? Sorry, Brother Ali, I don't get you. You came, I know, but that was a long time ago. I've come to the cloud one now. Right? You came much earlier. So Allah will come in cloud. What does this mean? Can you explain to me what it means, Ali brother? Huh? So have I been unclear about certain things? Allah will come in clouds. So it's in the Bible that the Son of Man will come in the clouds. And I feel this is stolen from the Christians. Waraka was their Christian who gave it to Prophet Muhammad. Now, how metaphorical is this? Because it says here, believe, because what it confirms before we obliterate your faces. So, can you be a little bit clear? I didn't understand. What is about the verse that I'm just here? Allah will come in clouds. Oh, you have been granted the book. Do believe in what we have now revealed, which confirms the revelation which you already possess. Do this before we alter count faces, turning them backwards, or lay a curse upon them. Lay a curse upon them, sorry, as we curse the Sabbath men. Bear in mind that Allah's command is done. I don't know what the Muslims say about this Allah coming in clouds. Where is it? Oh, it's in, sorry, sorry, I made a mistake. Surah Baqarah at 210. So your point, it is from the Bible? Yes, some of the ayats are, but they're not in agreement with the Bible verses. What the Bible verses mean and what this verse means. Different. But because the Quran says, do they await but that Allah should come to them in covers of clouds, and the angels as well, and the matter is then decided, and to Allah matters are returned, right? But by just having this doesn't mean that the Quran confirms the Bible. You need to know what it actually, the context, what is the context saying in context? Like, how will Allah come in clouds? And if you stumble in spite of the clear instructions which have come to you, then know well that Allah is most mighty, most wise. Believers, enter wholly into Islam and do not follow in the footsteps of Satan, for he is your open enemy. And if you slip, Surah Baqarah 209, and if you slip after clear proofs have come to you, then know that Allah is exalted in might and wise. Surah Baqarah 210, do they await but that Allah should come to them in covers of clouds? What does this mean? What do the Muslims say it means? And then see that in the Bible there's a verse that the Son of Man will come in clouds, right? So my point is, ask the children of Israel how many a sign of evidence we have given them, right? And whoever exchanged the favor of Allah. But in the Bible, in the children of Israel's book, scripture, holy scripture, what I found in the Christian must be in their Jews. That is the Son of Man coming in on the clouds. This talking about the day of judgment. Okay, it's talking about it's talking about the end times, right? And that God will, do they await that God would come in the clouds? So it's taken like metaphorically. Like, are they awaiting that the God will come in clouds? So what did the Muslims say? I don't take that anymore. Because it's not clear. So my point is showing you that how actually this verse should be taken if you go to the Bible verse. That at the end times, Jesus is coming back, second coming, and that this verse put here, even the believers would misunderstand and misinterpret and give hadiths that are not reliable and not from the true prophet. Otherwise, why would God even mention it like this? Are these people waiting for God to come to them in the shadows of the clouds, together with the angels? Yes, on the day of judgment, like in the end days, before even the day of judgment, I think, when Jesus will come back, right? So it's not made clear for us. Like what the Christians would argue is that this verse is taken, plagiarized, because you don't understand the true meaning of this. You will say something else, that, oh, it's just a metaphorical meaning, that the day are they waiting for the hour to come? And Jesus is the sign of the hour. Jesus has the knowledge of the hour with Allah. Jesus will be the knowledge of this hour. Surah Zukhruf ayats. So, I mean, taking this whole thing is a mess, Ali brother. What I'm trying to say is that these ayats are put in a mishmash. You know what I mean? I've been talking for showing you miscellaneous ayats and all this, from confusing miscellaneous Quran ayats, digging proof for polytheism, right? So what is it that you don't understand? What is it about that verse? I'm just here. What is it that you don't understand, what I'm trying to explain, that I may have missed, Ali brother? That could this verse mean it's been stolen? Could this verse, ayat, be stolen and distorted from the Bible? Not in confirmation with the Bible verse that the Son of Man will come in the clouds, in the glory and all this, metaphorically, and that the hour Jesus will come as so, in Zukhruf, Surah Zukhruf, we are told Jesus is going to come and he will be the knowledge, the sign of the hour. And you can even see Rob Christian's video on that. So is this the time when Jesus will come? Why they don't believe now? Do they wait for Allah to come to believe then? Oh, you mean to say it means that why don't they believe now? Do they wait for Allah to come to believe then? But will Allah ever come in clouds? So it is useless to say that do they wait until Allah will come in clouds. Because Allah, according to the Muslims, this is metaphorically saying, but literally will, because Allah will never come in clouds, taking the Islamic logic. So it is useless to say, Ali brother, that Allah will come in. Are they waiting that Allah come in clouds? Allah coming down. Yes, on the judgment day. Yes. So it would be useless. The argument put here, right, in this ayat, are they waiting for Allah to come in clouds? Well, if you ask the polytheists, their avatar could come in clouds, and that is their God, Bhagwan, their Ishwar, coming in man form, right? If you ask the Jews, the Christians, the Son of Man, second coming of Jesus, he'll be coming in the clouds. God, Son of God is coming. God himself is coming. So it's not right to put forth such an argument against them for to believe. Do you get it now? Ali brother. And moreover, the Muslims don't ever think that Allah will come in clouds. So the argument put forth like this about Allah, do they wait that Allah come in clouds with angels and all this, is what you say. It's a fallacy or it's a wrong. How do you say it? Right? To put forth to them, the Jews, the Ahl Kitab, the anyone. Atheists, no, but like for the polytheists. And here, before it, is the Bani Israel. But if you slip, after clear proofs have come to you, believers enter wholly in Islam. Now let's see. And that man is kind to Allah. No, it's like all of you. All. Do they? But who is waiting? Who is waiting for Allah to come in clouds? And they know that their Allah can come in human flesh, maybe. So this kind of an argument, even if Day of Judgment or the ending time, is futile. It doesn't make sense. It's nonsensical. Right? Ali brother, do you see it now? Do you see it that it doesn't make sense? And then the Christians are told that Jesus Christ is coming. His second coming is from the clouds, with the clouds. And wasn't there a cloud above Prophet Muhammad as he used to walk? I mean, that's just a hadith, heresy or something I heard. Who saw it and who didn't see it? So anyways, here, my point, Ali brother, is that to give such a metaphorical even example for them to believe is nonsensical. Doesn't make sense. Do you understand? Or can you refute this? Can you tell me? Because you see, Allah will never come in clouds according to the Islam, right? So why even tell them like this? That do they wait that Allah will come in clouds? But some would say, why not? Let Allah come in clouds. Right? What do the Christians say about Jesus Christ? What do the polytheists, these Hindus, say about their avatars? He will. Oh, meaning he will come in clouds. Allah himself is going to come in clouds. You see how absurd? I mean, according to the Islamic way, it's absurd to say. But now, if you're saying he will come, you mean like the Jews mean it. You mean like some, maybe, someone who, some Hindu or some other polytheist. Why not? Right? Or Allah has come much before on earth, before Judgment Day. Jesus, Christians will say, this is his second coming. But you don't believe that Jesus is Allah. Another thing for the Jews was that, against the Jews, that they say he's not a messenger because the messenger who will come, or the Messiah, It's not even put properly for them because their prophets have come now. Jews are awaiting a Messiah, I think, not a prophet. So if he comes, he will give something to the fire and the fire will consume it. And why are they saying this? And God knows what the ayat against them also about this. Rejecting every claim they made that our Messiah, when our Messiah comes, and it doesn't even say that he will be from the seed of David in the Quran. So the Quran is not completely answering the questions of the Jews and the Christians and not completely satisfying them. Do you get my overall point also, Ali brother? Right? It hasn't completely, like you say that the Messiah will be the son of David, from the seed of David, sorry, not the son, from the seed of David. So many things it's left unanswered. Like for example, as a Shia, many things like that, even the Shia commentaries are pathetic. They have not answered properly. Defending him in Surah Tahrim, not putting in logic properly. Like, how can a prophet do this when he has revelation? So many contradictions against the Jews that you tell people to be righteous and you yourselves don't, and this and that, right? So regarding all that, considering all that, seeing just a few things from the Quran that, oh yes, it confirms definitely. Jesus is like the Adam and it was a miraculous birth. And when the Jews are telling him here that our messenger, when he comes, he will give something, some offering, give an offering to God, which will consume it. The fire will consume. Just to search for it like this. Now, what is what kind of see for yourself, Adi brother. What kind of answer that you killed prophets? You see for yourself. I keep forgetting. Surah Al Imran, verse 183. They are those who said, indeed, Allah has taken our promise not to believe any messenger. These are the Jews. Until he brings us an offering which fire from heaven will consume. From heaven in brackets, okay? Like this. Say, there have already come to you messengers before me with clear proofs. Of course, but the one coming after all these, right? The one coming after all these, before messengers, the previous messengers, perhaps what they meant was the one coming after all the messengers mentioned in the scripture. Okay? Come to you, messengers before me, with clear proofs, and even that of which you speak. So why did you kill them if you should be truthful? Now, when did the Jews kill the messengers? Except for some part of Jews in Bethlehem, Jerusalem, killing Jesus Christ, being one of them with the Roman Empire, right? No, no Jew has killed no true Jew has killed their messenger. No Jew has killed. They were Baal, queen from Baal, or who believed in this idol, the sun worshipper, Baal worshipper. Those were not Jews. And when the Jews, some of them went astray from the Jews, it was Samiri caste. We're told in Surah also. But most of them were with Moses. The Jews that were with Moses, they were Jews. Even the Jews wouldn't call these worshippers of calves and all that, even if they make mooing sound and that Jews, right? And do you see this ridiculous answer given to them? Maybe they are awaiting a messenger that will come because, you see, it doesn't confirm. Maybe the last one, Messiah, will come. What are the Jews waiting for? Are the Jews waiting for a prophet to come, or are Jews waiting for another prophet to come or a Messiah? Please ask yourselves these questions. Are Jews waiting for a messenger or prophet or Messiah? Wikipedia, thank you. Though originally a fringe idea, somewhat controversially belief in the eventual coming of a future Messiah is a fundamental part of Judaism and is one of Maimonides' 13 principles of faith. Let's see. So you see, now you do this research, right? This is my way. You get it. Hope you get it, Ali brother, this time. You see, it didn't confirm their books. My point also is this. Look at it. And so, thus, this Allah coming in clouds and all this is ridiculous for them to put forth. Any disbeliever, only not atheists, right? But what does the ayat say itself? Since so many signs have come to you, then the sign of the Son of Man will appear. Let's see what the ayat says here. Do they await that Allah should come to them in covers of clouds and the angels, and the matter is then decided? And to Allah matters are returned. Okay. Ask the children of Israel how many a sign of evidence we have given them. So it's also referring to the children of Israel, right? Who could be Jews. And it was these children of Israel. God doesn't say Jews. He says, "Oh, Bani Israel, we favored you above the others." Right? So actually, they were Jews, Bani Israel. We gave you Jacob, this, that, like all the prophets came from Bani Israel, mostly. Only one prophet has come from. Even Ishmael didn't come from Arabia. Egypt, maybe Bibi Hajira was who? So what I'm trying to show is that all this is wrong. And it doesn't confirm even many things I'm trying to prove. Also trying to prove that polytheism, when the power of God is given to someone, you can worship that person, you can call upon that person is sent on earth, not just as a caliph of what, to guide you, or God knows, because even these messengers have failed to guide. That's why God sent, even in the Bible, God sent his son, because God saw that these messengers were unable to make the sins of men, women, mankind, make them not sin, to stop them from sinning. So he sent the son then to wipe out their sins. And no more now punishment on you. Cut off your hand and all this. So it's a mishmash, and I'm sorry if I'm not able to explain or show properly, but this is as much as I can do, my best I can do for today, because I've also done a lot today before coming, and my health doesn't allow me to do all this and then come here. I can't afford to do this, right? Ali brother, so I apologize. Like miscellaneous, confusing Quran ayats, and digging from it also, that polytheism, that you can worship Surah Takwir, this Nabi, oh sorry, not Nabi, not Prophet, Rasul, noble messenger, endowed with strength, secure with the Lord of the throne, because it's associated with the Lord of the throne in rank, and it has power, owner of power. It says Zi Kuwati, possessor of power, right? Or owner of power. So like this, it's been very hard. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for asking me about this so that I might try to clarify. If I failed to clarify to you, Ali brother, I apologize greatly next time perhaps. But I hope I've done my best to tell you that you can't take this book, even like, for example, taking this ayah and then showing another ayah to you to make you explain that saying that Allah will come in clouds, even metaphorically, is nonsensical to at least the Bani Israel and the Nasranis, the Christians and the Yahudis, right? Only to the atheists you can say something like this, but not to them. And even the signs of Allah, they are not that. Imam Hussein himself, there's one saying as surprising, shocking. You see, what does Imam Hussein say? Huh? About is it not the signs of God? Existence of Allah. I don't know how to search for it. Imam Hussein says, if I go after your signs, huh? How can evidence, wait a minute, exist? No, proof, I think I should, it's proof of your existence. Maybe put it this way. You see, Imam Hussein has said, in other words, that the signs of Allah are not enough. If I go hither and thither after your signs, I will miss the point, right? How can a thing, the existence of which is dependent on you, be taken as proof for your existence? Signs cannot be taken as proof of his existence, can they then? Think about it. Thank you, Siptain.com. There's a saying Imam Hussein said of Imam Hussein. How can a thing, meaning an ayat even, the existence of which is dependent on you, O God, be taken as proof for your existence? Can't. Finish. Is there anything more evident than your self-disclosure? Nafsihi, nafsi man, my nafs minni, right? What is the nafs then? Is it the self or the spirit or the soul? I don't know in Arabic translation. I don't know in the English translation. I have this. I don't know the Arabic. Huh? Are you hidden to need a guide to find you? So if you take God, how can a thing, the existence of which is dependent on you, be taken as proof for your existence? Khatam shud, finito. Quran gone, right? Ayats gone. You need to be one with Allah. You need to follow those Hindus who give you yoga for that, not for exercising, trimming your body. It's good to keep your body fit. Actually, the true yoga with union with God, then only bringing these ayats and trying, you can go here and you can go there. Surely you are not. Are you far away to need your footprints to find you? Surely you are not. Blind may the eyes be which do not see you watching and guarding yourself. Arafa Prayer Bihar al Anwar, volume 98, page 226. And where's the other one? If I go hither and thither, I will miss you. Miss you. Hither and thither for your signs. In another website, it was written like this: I will miss your signs. No. I will go after your signs and I will miss Allah. Sorry. I will miss you. Your true existence, this manifest, self-evident, which is self-evident existence. No sign can bring you, no ayat. What is sign? What is ayat? Sign, right? Finish. You didn't see what contradiction is in the saying of Imam Hussein here. If you put God here in the Quran, bring the whole Quran, it's finished. Khatam. Destroyed. What you have done, it's like a mice and, you're tantalizing human beings. You've tantalized them by saying, believe in the signs of Allah, believe in the signs of Allah. You have been sadistic. You have been truly, deeply unjust. You understand now, Ali brother? You understand? You see this? Okay, now I need to take a break. Maybe some other time I will come back, see how I need to make food for myself. I've been craving for food. I haven't made proper food for myself. So I need to prepare food, but I don't have the strength. And so some other time I'll have to come and talk about my health also. So I apologize, Ali brother, if I haven't explained it properly to you, even now. I wonder where you are. So I hope, just waiting for your reply. Do you understand? Did you see it? Did I explain it properly now? Although it takes for me longer time to explain, when someone, a genius, can explain in few words. I wish I was eloquent for this only, to explain to you how you have been deceived, how you have been Shias also, not only Sunnis, how tantalizing it has been. I wish I could show it to you. So I've been coming through the Quran ayats like this and that to get you out of this false religion, because you know how tantalizing it can be and how you have been deceived by these people who say they are imams and true imams and never lie and all this. Okay? Very, very sad. Very, very sad. It's killing me. It was killing me, I tell you. Not only other things in my life, personal problems, but also this. Before coming here, I should be cooking, preparing. My energy gone now. I don't know until when I'll have to rest. You see? Thank you, brother. Sorry. I apologize again. God bless you. God bless your family members. God bless your country. Have a wonderful day. Much always. Have a wonderful day, beautiful day, growing in beauty. Be free. Just see for yourself that freedom that makes you do the thing which is beneficial for others and rise above your enemies, even. May you have that. Not go punishing them and flogging adulteresses and looking down on the skirt wearers, girls, and all this. No. So much, this love, this divine love. If you can see you are divine, if we can feel we are divine, then all these problems will end. Human conflict also. So that's what I would wish for and am working for. Thank you so much again. Those who have been here with me, subscribers, thank you so much for bearing with me. How many times I used to come, but now it's been a little less because my timings are messed up. Now I should go and prepare breakfast, proper breakfast for myself. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Growing in beauty, wonder, prosperity, quality of life increasing, beautiful life. Don't be worried that you'll be attached to this life, temporary life. Don't have that fear. See it as a blessing here and enjoy it. And leave the rest to God, like Shakti Gawain said. If in God you believe in. Thank you so much. Best wishes, best regards.